There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
YouTube, we're back. We're talking about the rest of this box revolution beginning. We're going to talk about the general synchros that it came with. Every single box, you do want to pay attention to the ever-growing general synchros that could be used in most decks. I talked about this in my video called What Makes Synchros Good. I definitely think you should look it up. Duel Links Meta, What Makes Synchros Good. It's a timeless video because it says, did 5Ds flop? What made Synchros good in the TCG? And what needs to happen for Synchros to be good in Duel Links? And pretty much exactly what I said is happening in Duel Links. What's happening to make them good and how they're transitioning into being good. So good stuff. And let's talk about these cards. We are getting Balmung. This is a level 4 generic Synchro. 2100 attack. If it's destroyed by a card effect, you could special summon a level 4 or lower monster from the graveyard. A great way to summon this would be using Sphere Kribo and Junk Synchron to easily make it. But why would you do that, dummy? You could make a very easy Armades, so that's kind of nullified there. Otherwise, I don't know. If your deck could somehow make it and you have room for it in your limited 5-slot extra deck, have fun. Moving on, we have Iron Chain. Iron Chain is not good. It's 2500. If it deals battle damage, you mill the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. You could remove from play Iron Chain monsters from your graveyard to gain a temporary 200 attack for each card removed. This card competes literally with Insectron. Insectron, we already have it. Level 6, 2500. The turn it's Synchro Summon cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Why use it over this? Well, you would use it over that because you could play the crappy Iron Chain cards, which they are very crappy. Repairman, you could special summon an Iron Chain from your graveyard, and then I guess you could special summon this Iron Chain, which is a level 3 tuner. It's really not worth talking about these. Not viable, not good at all. You could use a card like Needlebug Nest to mill it, and then maybe Powerful Rebirth to summon this. Like, this doesn't even help you summon Iron Chain. It just doesn't make sense at all. No, thank you. Moving on, I already talked about this, but Ancient Sacred Wyvern. This would be good for Fabled, but it's good for any deck with a light tuner. You gain attack equal to life being bigger than your opponent's, so you gain the difference. You lose attack equal to your life being lower than your opponent, the difference, and you pay 1,000 to special summon it back on the field. You attack with a smaller monster than this. That usually leads into an OTK. That's crazy. Dark World Lucent. Oh my God, we wanted Gold and Silva so bad. If you don't know what Gold and Silva are, Gold and Silva were the big Dark Worlds that you could summon by discarding by card effect to special summon onto the field. But now we have Lucent, which is even bigger. If this card's discarded by card effect, just summon it on the field. If it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you get to special summon any fiend type monster from your deck to either side of the field. So you could special summon Ceruli, and when Ceruli is summoned, when this card's special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, your opponent must discard a card. If it's summoned onto your opponent's side of the field, it forces you to discard, and then you could trigger your Rainbow to summon it, and then destroy all their back row, destroy all their monsters. But how are we making them make us discard? By, Ceruli. So you could summon Ceruli to discard it and special summon it, and then summon a second Ceruli for another follow-up, for example. Or you could use a card like this, which is not good. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, a Dark World on the field, and your opponent activates a monster effect, you could flip this up to change that monster effect into return your Dark World on the field back to your hand, and then discard a random card. It's really hard to set up, not good, but what I'm excited for is Gateway to the Dark World. Quick play, it's like a Silver's Cry where you could summon a Dark World from the grave, but the problem is you cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but you can set. So I think I have a quick sample Dark World deck, for example, something like this. I don't think this is really good. This is just concept to show what you could pretty much do with the deck now. With Fabled Raven, you could discard any of your Dark Worlds in one go, as many as you want, and it does trigger their effects because it's discarded by a card effect. Special summon from the grave, discard, draw. Very cool. Not sure if it's enough to make the deck top tier or not. Moving on. We have just some cards I'm going to highlight. I'm not going to go through everything or the video will be too long. Synchro Explorer with Junk Synchron. On summon, you could target Junk Synchron from the grave, special summon it to make another Armades, but not so good. Ally Salvo is going to be a good potential side deck card. When it's destroyed by a light monster by battle, you could select any 2 cards on the field and destroy them. It's similar to Green Kappa. Green Kappa on flip, destroy back row. This could destroy monsters or back row, but must be destroyed by a light monster. Oh my God, I'm excited for Misjudge. Misjudge. If an opponent's card effect is activated, you could toss 2 coins. If they're both heads, you negate the effect. It's 1800 attack. Why would I be excited for this? Because for YouTube, you guys love this. We will go on the Duel Links Meta website and we're gonna search up a skill. Luck on your side. If your life points are below 1,000, your coin tosses are always landing on heads. So you get below 1,000 life, and then with Misjudge, you are negating once per turn anything your opponent activates. That is a lot of fun, so look forward to that. Let's talk about the super rare and ultra rares of this box, though. We got Doom Caliber Knight. I already talked a lot about this. It is very good. 1900 attack, 1800 defense. Negate the effect of any monster effect that is activated, including your own monsters. So if your opponent normal summons a Junk Synchron, negate it with Doom Caliber Knight. Very cool. But the problem with this card is Samurai Skull makes it bad. Samurai Skull on summon activates, you negate it with your Doom Caliber Knight, it destroys it and sends it to the grave, and then your Doom Caliber Knight will summon a Gazuki onto the field after dealing with the Doom Caliber. This is literally the only reason why the card is not good, because of Samurai Skull. Now we have Miracle Fusion. Oh my God, Miracle Fusion is so good, but not good in Duel Links. To use Miracle Fusion, we need to have the Captain Planet plethora of fusions to make this work. We need fire. We already have fire and earth. We need water and we need wind. What's water and wind? First of all, what does this card do? Fusion summon an elemental hero using your field or graveyard, but you banish the cards. So you would use this to summon Shining. So look out for this card, look out for this. It's a light monster and a hero monster. You fusion summon this with Miracle Fusion. And then if this gets sent to the graveyard, the cards you banish, you could add them back to your hand. And also a card like Absolute Zero is very good. It just requires a water and a hero monster. And when it leaves the field, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So if you were to use this with Interdimensional Matter Transporter, Dimensional Matter Transporter, you could banish it temporarily, comes back in the field, destroys all their monsters in the process. We need that to really make Miracle Fusion good. Until then, we have Nova Master, which is a fire plus a hero. If it destroys a monster by battle, draw a card, not so great. And then we also have the giant one, Elemental, this guy, Gaia. Gaia, on summon, reduce a monster's attack by half, then gain that attack. So until the end phase. But Plasma Vice is not part of the Captain Planet crew, and it's actually a good card to summon. If I could find it real quick. Plasma Vice, it requires a Sparkman and a Blade Edged. And what you could do is you deal piercing damage, and you could discard a card to target an attack position monster your opponent controls, destroy that target. That is not once per turn, apparently. Very cool. Cool. So maybe we'll summon this with our Miracle Fusion. Look out for it. Shrink. Shrink is similar to Hallucigenia. Hallucigenia is already being used in the meta. And a lot of people are saying that Hallucigenia is better because it's a monster on the field. It's level 2. It helps with synchro selling, helps with blocking, helps with attacking. I could possibly agree with that this is better. This does attack, this does original attack. So the difference is if you have an 1800 attack monster swinging into a wall D, you activate wall D, now it's 1000 attack, then you flip up your Hallucigenia, now it's a 500 attack. Now if we flip that scenario with Shrink, they attack with an 1800 attack monster into a wall D, they go to 1000, you activate Shrink, guess what? Their attack goes to 100. It's weird, right? Because they were 18, so they get reduced to 900, and then wall D reduces that 900 to 100. Kind of interesting. This also works with balance. If you want to play balance, which requires a minimum of 6 spells, monsters, and traps in your deck to guarantee an opener of a monster spell and trap, this could help with balance where Hallucigenia cannot. And it could also be a good top deck to use it immediately. Now we have Shield Crush. Shield Crush is similar to Nobleman of Crossout, which is already in the deck. Nobleman of Crossout destroys a face down, banishes it. This will destroy a face up or a face down. It don't matter. So if Wiz and defense already negates a card you control, you could then follow up with a Shield Crush to crush the Wiz. This card's not good though. It is a super rare. And we have Synchro Material. Synchro Material could be a lot of fun. You could normal summon your Junk Synchron, set your Synchro Material, and before I tell you what it does, you're going to need a card like Urgent Tuning to really get a lot of fun use out of it. So with Urgent Tuning, during your opponent's battle phase, it allows you to synchro summon. And so on your opponent's turn, when they go to battle phase, you're going to flip up Urgent Tuning. You're going to use your Junk Synchron and their monster. Let's say they have an Armades. You're going to use their Armades and your Junk Synchron using the effect of Synchro Material and Urgent Tuning to summon a Junk Destroyer. That's devastating. Probably will never happen, but that's how it works because Synchro Material says you select one face-up monster your opponent controls. If you Synchro Summon this turn, you could use the selected monster as a Synchro Material monster. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. So without Urgent Tuning, you must use this in your main phase 1 after you set it for a turn. All right? We have Unending Nightmare, which is very similar to Scrap Iron Statue, which we did see in the Meta Weekly. This is good for destroying a face-up card after it activates its effects, like the field spell for vampires. It does prevent the effect from happening. Then you reset it. You can't use it again the same turn, but this card allows you to destroy multiple face-up cards in the same turn by paying 1,000 life, being a continuous. I'm not sure if it's better than this, though, because 1,000 life is quite hefty. And the rest of these cards are really not worth talking about. So real quick, the expense of the cards after going all over the super rares and ultra rares to get a quick snapshot of how expensive everything's gonna be is, yeah, I wrote it right here. For my examples, a sample Fable deck is 6 ultra rares and 3 super rares. A sample Karakuri deck is 9 super rares and 3 ultra rares. And my sample Koa'ki Meiru deck is 3 to 4 super rares from the new box. Let's talk about Koa'ki Meirus. Koa'ki Meiru. Oh my Jesus, we are getting Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru. This card is incredible. Add 1 Koa'ki Meiru card from your deck to your hand except Diamond Core, that's what this card is. You could banish this card from your graveyard for the rest of the turn. Koa'ki Meirus cannot be destroyed. So all these Koa'ki Meiru monsters during the end phase, they have this effect where they have to send an Iron Core from your hands to the grave or reveal a specific card type, or they get destroyed. Well, with Diamond Core, you could literally use Diamond Core to search for a Koa'ki Meiru without needing Iron Core, summon it, and then instead of it being destroyed in the end phase, you made sure to banish your Diamond Core to protect it from being destroyed by its own maintenance cost. For example, Earn Knight, which is a card we already have, would die in the end phase if you don't discard a core or reveal a beast warrior type monster. So this makes the deck so much more consistent. Search for Iron Core, search for the monster you need. I'm most excited to potentially use this with Maximus. You search for Maximus, you use Maximus by banishing your Iron Core. This is not a new card, by the way, but it works with Diamond Core. You banish Iron Core to special summon it. Then on whenever you want during main phase 1, you can destroy any card in the field, 3,000 attack. During the end phase, instead of destroying itself because you banished your Iron Core, you could use the Diamond Core to keep it up on the field. That is crazy. And a new card of the box that works with Maximus. Also, if you properly summon Maximus, you can flip up Core Reinforcement to special summon Maximus onto the field to reuse it. God damn. What's the downside? The downside is if you do not pay your maintenance cost in the end phase and you lose your Maximus, then you will take 3,000 damage. That is a problem with this card, but it's still pretty cool with it. Now, the other new card that's really good with Koa'ki Meiru is Rook Lord. Rook Lord. When this card is normal summon, destroy 2 cards on the field. What? But it's level 7, so you need 2 tributes. Wrong! You only tribute 1. You tribute 1 Koa'ki Meiru to summon this monster, destroy 2 cards on the field. If my opponent is playing this, I'll be sweating bullets if they have a Koa'ki Meiru face up on the field and I am not able to deal with it because next turn they drop that, I pretty much lose. So it's going to be interesting to see how people play this. You could search it with your Diamond Core. Diamond Core cannot search a card like Core Reinforcement, though. And then Koa'ki Meirus have another crazy card, a nutty card, Reckoned Power. Reveal an Iron Core from your hand, and you get to destroy all face-down spell and traps your opponent controls. God damn. God damn, it's literally almost like a Harpy's Feather Duster. Harpy's Feather Duster, destroy all your opponent's back row. This will destroy just the face-downs. Whoa. You can't search it with your Diamond Core, though. The rest of the Koa'ki Meirus are not really worth talking about besides Wall. Koa'ki Meiru Wall is similar to Sandman. Sandman could tribute to negate a trap. We already have it. You could use Wall to tribute to negate a spell. So I'm definitely excited for a control type version of Koa'ki Meiru's where we play Earn Knight, Diamond Core, nice and slow, maybe tech in the Rook Lord. And then I'm also excited for an OTK version of the deck where we max out on Maximus. With Maximus, we could search for Melody. I mean, we could use Melody to search Maximus. You discard a card, add up to 2 Maximus from your hand, then you could use your Diamond Core to search for Iron Core in order to summon your Maximus. It should be fun. Hate you, Nade, summon, destroy everything. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. This is one of the most hyped decks of the new box. Is this gonna make a top tier? Who knows? Who knows? That's the review. I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.